This holiday dessert dates back to ancient Rome,
It's a popular wedding cake for British royalty.
and at least one has been kept for 146 years.
What is it? Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It is time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. What are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner? Brought to you by Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market.
Well, today happens to be
Yes.
National Fruitcake Day.
Really? The 2
Yeah.
days after Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is when you should be finishing your fruitcake by or saving it for next year. I don't know.
Putting it in the freezer.
Putting it away.
Passing
yeah.
it on to somebody else.
Right, exactly.
Throwing it away.
So fruitcake dates back to at least the Roman time, so ancient Rome. The earliest recipe lists pomegranate seeds, which are delicious, pine nuts, and raisins that were mixed into barley mash.
Oh.
In the Middle Ages, honey, spices, and preserved fruits were added. Fruitcakes soon proliferated all over Europe. Recipes varied greatly in different countries throughout the ages. Starting in the 16th century, sugar from the American colonies and the discovery that high concentrations of sugar could preserve fruits created an excess of candied fruit, thus making fruitcakes more affordable and popular.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Now, fruitcake has long been a special occasion food for British royalty. Did you know this? Being English?
No, I didn't know the Royals particularly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No.
In Victorian England, fruitcake became a mainstay at Christmas and other special occasions like weddings.
Oh.
Fruitcake was served at the wedding of Prince Albert and Queen Victoria, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and Prince William and Kate Middleton.
Did they serve the exact same cake for all of those weddings? Because it would last.
They just may have. I don't know. But in November of this year, a 77-year-old slice of Queen Elizabeth II's and Prince Philip's wedding cake, fruitcake, sold for $3,000
I saw that.
at
I
auction.
remember that when it went off in auction.
Yeah, so the piece of fruitcake was apparently found under a bed in a suitcase.
Yeah.
And it was gifted by the then Princess Elizabeth to a housekeeper, apparently.
So could you still eat it? That's the thing, right? I mean, could you still eat that fruitcake?
I don't know.
In a suitcase under a bed, that is perhaps one of the most disgusting places where you would find food.
Well, it would be
and think,
protected in the inside the suitcase, right?
Would it though? For how? I mean, for
77 years.
In a suitcase.
In
I
a
don't
suitcase,
know.
yeah.
I don't know, Sarah.
Mail order fruitcakes in America began in 1913. One of the best known American bakers of fruitcake is the Collins Street Bakery in Corsicana, Texas, which sells about 3 million pounds of fruitcake every year, which is about 1.5 million individual cakes.
I was going to say it's very dense, so that's,
They have some notable clients there at the Collins Street Bakery for their fruitcakes.
Boom.
The descendants of the Ringling Circus.
Oh.
Monaco's Princess Caroline.
Really?
Madison Square Garden, and Vanna White. And you know what? If it gets Vanna White's seal of approval, it's got to be pretty good.
That is really a diverse. That's a diverse group of people.
The descendants of the Ringling Circus, Princess Caroline of Monaco.
Just Madison Square Garden, generally speaking.
Yep, and Vanna White.
Vanna White, the letter turner on,
That's right.
on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. So most American mass-produced fruitcakes are alcohol-free, but those made according to traditional recipes are usually saturated with liquors or brandy and then covered in powdered sugar, both of which prevent mold. Brandy or wine-soaked linens can be used to store the fruitcakes, and some people feel that fruitcakes improve with age.
Well, especially in a suitcase under a bed.
Sure, why not?
Best aging process.
When a fruitcake contains a good deal of alcohol, it can be preserved for many years. For example, a fruitcake baked in 1878 has been kept as an heirloom by a family in Tecumseh, Michigan. 1878.
Where do they keep it? You'd put it like on the... Do you have like a... What's a...
In the freezer? I don't know.
No, I was going to put... What's like a display thing? What do you call that? Like in your...
hutch?
A hutch. Did they put it in a hutch? Just on a plate?
I don't know.
Like you would like fake food?
Yeah.
Like fake flowers on display?
I'm really not sure. As of 2019, the baker's great-great-granddaughter is the custodian of the fruitcake. The keeper of the fruitcake. Yes, that's right. In 2017, the Antarctic Heritage Trust discovered a 106-year-old fruitcake in one of Antarctica's first buildings.
Really?
And it was described as being in excellent condition and almost edible.
I mean, just imagine you're in Antarctica. You don't necessarily have a lot of food options.
Yeah.
You have this cake, and you're like,
But
nope,
what a great thing to bring,
we'll leave it.
a good thing to bring with you because,
Oh, yeah.
in the cold especially, it would keep
You're right.
even better.
No, you're right.
So, yeah. In the United States, fruitcake has become a ridiculed dessert in part due to inexpensive mass-produced cakes of questionable age. Some attribute the beginning of this trend to the Tonight Show host Johnny Carson. He would joke that there's really only one fruitcake in the entire world, and it's just passed from family to family. After Carson's death, Jay Leno continued the tradition with the fruitcake lady, a.k.a. Marie Rudisil, who made regular appearances on the show in Ask the Fruitcake Lady segment. I was watching.
You were.
She's pretty feisty.
Like,
she was like
listening
94 years old or something. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Since 1995, Manitou Springs, Colorado has hosted the Great Fruitcake Toss on the first Saturday of every January.
Oh, all right.
The all-time Great Fruitcake Toss record is 1,420 feet, set in January of 2007 by a group of 8 Boeing engineers who built the Omega 380, a mock artillery piece fueled by compressed air pumped by an exercise bike. Which kind of reminds me of like the pumpkin chunkin' that they do,
that's what I was thinking.
Except fruitcake.
With the trebuchet.
Yes.
Because I was thinking those. I mean, a piece of fruitcake will really go far because it is so dense.
Yeah.
It is really like throwing.
You want to make sure there's like nothing or nobody in your way.
It'll go through a wall if you're not careful.
Yeah.
You picked out a record to go along with fruitcake, did you, Sarah?
Yeah, so I thought we played Tutti Frutti by Little Richard.
It's a fruitcake.
Yeah.
Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes. Little Richard and Tutti Frutti for fruitcake. Got it. Did you know today's Wiki Corner is brought to you by Niblack Foods?
I did know
in
that.
the Genesee Valley Regional Market.
And did you know that fruitcake is a very popular dessert that people go to Niblack's to buy their ingredients for?
You can make fun of fruitcake all you want, but there's a lot of serious people.
There are
who
very
love to make
serious about the fruitcake. And I think Eric said people start buying their fruitcake supplies in like November
Well, does
or
it take a long time to make? Does it take a long time to make, or is that the soaking of the...
I'm just not sure.
What about it? Something was taking a
I've
long
never
time to
made
make.
one, so I don't know. But
Oh, really? Okay.
if you would like to try your hand at making fruitcake,
Yeah.
or any other baked good,
Yeah.
Niblack's has everything you need.
They do.
Yeah.
In the Genesee Valley Regional Market in Henrietta. Not just fruitcakes, anything really. Anything at all. All right, very good. Very good. Learned a lot there, Sarah.
Thanks.
There's only one fruitcake. It's just been passed around. I remember that. I remember that joke. That was a good one. So, so you started watching. You watched what's the show you watched? The
Squid Game?
Squid Game. Yeah, you just started watching Squid Game. It's been out for a few years.
Yes, I missed it the first time around. I don't know. When everyone else was watching it, I didn't.
You're
for some
watching
reason.
true crime stories. Or something like that.
Yeah, so I finished the first season of it last week because I
And?
knew that the second season was coming out,
And
I really liked it. I don't love like gore.
Yeah.
Really, and so, but it was really good.
Was
really
it-
intense.
Well, there was so it's funny because I watched a couple of reviews of it because I started watching the second season and I kind of forgot what happened in the first season because it's been like 2-3 years since I saw it. And I watched the recap and then I watched a few reviews and the reviews all said about how gory it was. And I was like, was it really gory? And I was thinking back and
Yeah, I do this a lot.
you really
When I'm watching.
Really? Do you?
Yeah.
I've forgotten how bad the
I know
first
it's
season
coming.
was, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just violent, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But-
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Jumping back in here. Stand by. Indeed. Everything he just said. Little Richard and Tutti Frutti. Sarah, do remind us, why did we just play that on Legends?
Well, because we are talking about fruitcake, because it's National Fruitcake Day.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
All right, fruitcake dates back to ancient Rome.
Fruitcake is a popular wedding cake for British royalty.
And there is a 146-year-old fruitcake that's being kept as an heirloom by a family in Michigan.
So, is that the oldest piece? No, the oldest piece would be the
No,
that
I
we
think
know
that's
about
the
was
old-
the royalty one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
well, yeah, maybe. No, I think this is the oldest, 1878.
Oh, yeah, that is old.
Yeah.
1870. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wowie, zowie. All right. Folks want to learn more about fruitcake, Sarah. Where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to legends1027.com, on the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
Plus, you can always watch this unfold on Facebook Live. We do it live every day at 4:10 on our Facebook page. And then we archive the video up on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search out Sarah's Wiki Corner. You'll find the entire channel there. The Legends channel. You can watch the archives, all that. Be sure to like and subscribe those so you know when we post new videos to the page. And that's it. Just one Wiki week.
It's one Wiki week.
That's it. But you're back on Monday.
Absolutely.
With the fresh episodes. And we are looking forward to it. Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Traffic, weather, they are on the way on Legends 1027.